Like you were saying, those are things we're accustomed to hearing from Democrats. But I think when you have a voice like Donald Trump stand up and say it, a voice who is actually trusted now by a big chunk of the Republican electorate, those Republicans don't automatically turn on him and say, you're a traitor to the cause. I think they may give up George W. Bush when it comes to it.
You know, Mike, one of the reasons reporters were very concerned that they were being kept in the pen and not able to talk to voters. One of the reasons that was the case obviously had to do with the fact that they didn't want people going outside of the pen and hearing exactly what Steve Kornacki was reporting on, which is, we're here, we respect the president, but we're going to vote for Donald Trump.
Well, Ian, you've written about the impact of the Iraq War on our politics this year, and there are very few states who have paid a larger price than South Carolina with the huge military installations, constant redeployments to Iraq over 15 years of war. So it's Donald Trump's fast lane in that sense.
It is, and I mean, that in addition to the active military bases, it's a huge military retirement state. Oh, so wow. So you've got a combination there of a lot.
So you've got veterans, their families, military retirees, people who have witnessed now 15 years of war, which you can't really argue that started under George W. Bush, and it all has borne out to perhaps be more problematic than it was effective on the world stage in terms of stabilizing things. I feel like Steve Kornacki, Donald Trump has nailed it in Bush country.
Well, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we're sitting here, obviously, this is the state that saved George W. Bush, back in 2000. I mean, if there is a heart of the George W. Bush, sort of base in the Republican Party, we're in it now. But, yeah, I mean, he's proving, and we've seen this on issue after issue over the last 8 or 9 months. There are all these assumptions that the media had, that Republican Party elites had, all these assumptions about what was sacred to Republican primary voters. And one by one, over the last 8 or 9 months, Donald Trump has just systematically blown them up. And here we are. We're on to, George W. Bush. You can't say anything critical of him. You can't say anything critical of Iraq. That's been an assumption for a decade now, and he may be proving that wrong.
Wow.
Once again, and I hope it's driving up book sales, my friend Bill Goldman wrote a book about Hollywood about 30 years ago, and the title of the book is Nobody Knows Nothing.
Actually, something that I tweeted out on Sunday afternoon when I woke up to the fact that looking at the post-CBS poll and some of the other online polls that aren't scientific, but just general feeling calling South Carolina, that's what I said. Nobody knows anything. Yeah. It looks like he may survive this.